night. Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 1. And for the Rockets, Tucker and Capela are up front. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. So the Rockets win the tip. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
From the top of the key, and that one's good, Irving. And so here is Houston. Here is Harden. And stolen by Harris. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone.
You cannot afford to be careless around Harris. He's very capable of swiping the ball away if you are.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and he overshot that one, missing. And here are the Nets. Lets the 3 fly. Harris's shot is off.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for so many things that the Rockets do right, one area they can lapse in is rebounding.
Yeah, and a big part of that, I think, is they play a lot of small ball, and the defense is decent, but the rebounding suffers when they go small. They were bottom 3 in the league last year in rebounding.
And both free throws good for Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Irving can't hit. And it's Houston's ball. Outside Westbrook. That shot off. Jordan with some nice D. KD passes to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And here is Irving. Pass to KD. This one for 3. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way now. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Pop Jr., that's what the PJ stands for, takes it upon himself right there.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. KD draws the double. Shot clock at 6. Releases. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Harden outside. The tray. And it's KD with the rebound. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, I mean, the long arms of Durant help him break down defenders. He can just keep it out of reach.
Harden. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up. You know, no matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Clark, last year Harden was quoted in saying most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
It's good. This game is all even. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
Durant down low. He's against Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the three, Chandler. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I think Chandler does a nice job of spotting up, and when he gets his feet up under him, he's set to let it go.
For 3, Westbrook. Rebounded by the Nets.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Harris kicks to Irving. KD against Westbrook. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. They get Russell Westbrook.
Man, Durant is a flat-out baller, showing off his wily strength on these tough finishes. He's a thin guy, but he's a strong guy.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the night.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
You know, for a team like the Nets, building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Durant wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark. Look, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development, the investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Punch, counter punch, impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Good work defensively by Capela.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Harris looking it over. And a wide open look for Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. That's 7 points for Kyrie Irving.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
On the wing, Harden. Guarded by Harris. Harden's shot is off. The Nets with the lead. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Harden. He's coming off an excellent season. Last season, averaging 36 points a game, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. Well, you know that He can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Irving finds Durant. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Another miss by Houston.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
The alley-oop layup. Very well done. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
Daniel House has checked in for the Rockets. Austin Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. LeVert's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Harris. Gordon against LeVert. Passes it to Dinwiddie. There's the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Capela's got his 4th rebound in this one. Kicks it to Rivers. And it's sent back by Irving. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Here is House, guarded by Prince, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Second is Clint Capela.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
First free throw is good.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way. How about the year Spencer Dinwiddie was having last season? He was a candidate for most improved and sixth man of the year, then ended up tearing ligaments in his thumb, which cost him a month. But I still think he had a breakout season and more to come.
Clark, you were talking about the injuries for Dinwiddie going into the 2014 draft. A torn ACL caused his drafting stock to slip.
I loved him in college, Kevin. At Colorado, I thought he was outstanding, and he actually had been talked about as a lottery pick. He ended up falling to the second round, and he's showing you he was worthy of being a lottery pick back when he was drafted.
Here's Irving. The shot from the low post is good. Irving's got 9 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Dinwiddie wide open. That one misses. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here's Rivers. Knocks down the 3-ball. 5 points in the game.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
Now the pass to Irving. Rebound by House. Rockets trail by 3. He dishes it to Rivers. He kicks to Harden. There's the triple. And it's Gordon missing. The Nets shooting it from their comfort zone so far in this one. 57% from the field. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. Caruth is checked in for the Nets. Now here's Prince. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 3 on the clock. And again, it's the Nets missing. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. It's a 3-point game. LeVert grabs the miss. 1:57 left here in the first quarter. Dinwiddie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And at 6'6", Spencer Dinwiddie's tall for a point guard, but Clark, despite his size, very slippery off the dribble.
Yeah, he's ill-like when you talk about him off the dribble, guys. I mean, excellent change of pace, and he's got a quick first step. And once he gets in the lane, his size helps him be a good finisher.
The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
Well, you know, guys, with the style of offense the Rockets play, they hear some criticism. They look for fouls, they want to draw fouls, and they shoot a ton of threes. No matter what the game situation is, they're jacking up threes. It does polarize some fans and purists who follow the game.
Both good from the line that time. And with the Rockets, they've heard plenty about how they look for fouls.
And that's a big part of how they attack. I mean, they want to draw fouls, want to get to that foul line. They make no bones about it. But because of the pace of play being as slow as it was for them, they were 3rd in that category. They also were 3rd in free throws made.
.144 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's House.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Pass to Prince to the inside. Here's Allen. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, you got to do much more than that to slow Allen. I mean, this guy is long and athletic, capable of converting through contact.
1:03 left in the first quarter. Here is House, guarded by Prince, and that one's good. House.
He's trying to get it going offensively, but right now, just 1 of 4 to start.
Dinwiddie passes to Caruth. Allen kicks to LeVert. Shot from 12. Good work there as it goes. And the Nets lead by 5.
Hey, you know, the mid-range, Jay, continuing to look better over time for LeVert, showing real improvement in knocking that shot down.
Rivers finds Capela, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And with Clint Capela, it's easy to see what an important piece of this team he is.
Yeah, it really is, guys, because when he's off the floor, there's a clear difference in how his team plays. I mean, he fits in so well and gives the Rockets exactly what they need, finishing at the rim out of pick and rolls, and then a terrific rim protector as well.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And, you know, you look at the way Clint Capela's offensive role has expanded the last few years. He's great in the pick and roll as an option at the top of the key, and he's actually seeing more and more touches as a finisher at the rim. The next step in his development being a back-to-the-basket scorer.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, he was born in Switzerland, guys. Clint Capela's had quite the journey to NBA stardom. I mean, started his pro career in France, and he was a late first-round pick in 2014.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's LeVert, and Capela sends it back. But they get it back. 4 on the clock. Here's Caruch. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Green with the ball. And no good on the last second attempt this time. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stops to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And, guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. And it's Caruch in at the 3. The first free throw is good. Clark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Dinwiddie. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
No good on that one.
You know, the next step for Dinwiddie is to just become more consistent going forward, especially when it comes to scoring, because I think he does everything else pretty well.
And he's good on the second.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
Rockets trail by 4. Outside, Green uses the glass to finish the layup. Green's got his first bucket of the night.
Guys, that is concentration right there. Love how Green stayed in control and focused on the task at hand.
LeVert the pass to Dinwiddie. Back to LeVert. The Nets working the ball around now. Pass to Caruch. Over Green. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Here's Tucker and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Capela. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Prince's shot is good. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Tucker the pass to House. That shot no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Knocks it loose. Outside, Green. Passes it to Capela. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Brooklyn leading by 4. Prince the pass to Caruch. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now here's Tucker. He's covered closely. Kicks to Rivers. And the pass to House. Back to Rivers. Shot clock at 5. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Here's Dinwiddie. It's rebounded by Houston. Here is House. 5 points in the game. Caruch grabs the board. Here's Prince. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
And he knocks down the first one. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. You think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on that?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
Harden scanning the floor. Outside Gordon. Back to Tucker. Over Jordan. Tucker can't get it to go.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Here's Durant, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
And it gives us a chance to check out the stats for Taurean Prince, how he performed last season. Put up about 13 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Gordon kicks to Westbrook. Harden against Harris. Pass to Westbrook. Now here's Tucker. Harden left side. He can't get that one. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Outside Jordan. Dishes to Durant. Nailed from three-point land. KD's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn. And for Houston, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Outside Gordon. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. He kicks to Tucker to end the run. Brooklyn with the rebound. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jordan finds Irving. Harris outside. And then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, that's just the height, the length coming into play there. No one's stopping Durant. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And it's Westbrook missing. Brooklyn leading by 11. And that's Prince, that time on the assist by Durant. And that's now 6 points for Prince. And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. The 2K leaderboard provides us now with this list of last season's assist leaders. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
And it was the kind of season that he'd like to repeat over and over. Nobody was better at creating easy baskets for their teammates.
Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Irving for 3. Rebound by House. House has got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside Westbrook. Trying to get something going. Drops in the tray. Westbrook's got 14 points.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Harden against Harris. Here's Irving. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 11 points in the game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Westbrook against Irving. The 3 from Harden. Rebound, Brooklyn. Prince has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Here's KD. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to avoid fouling Durant, but the problem is he hits nearly 90% of his free throws for his career.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts, softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
And the first one drops.
Well, it's no secret that the Rockets are looking to take threes as often as possible, over 45 a game last year.
Well, you think about the Rockets, and clearly they're the forerunners of the analytics application in how they play. Well over half their shots last season from three-point range, broke their own record last year in three-point attempts. You know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
Count that one, and the Nets lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Westbrook.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jared Allen. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
And he makes the first.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Both free throws good from Tucker.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
And Brooklyn turns it over again.
A moment here to check out Kevin Durant. Last season, he played outstanding. 8th in scoring, and he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. And that one's good. Westbrook.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Irving against Westbrook over House. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And that's 18 points for KD.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
The three from Harden. No good there. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Irving passes to KD. From outside, off the mark.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
House kicks to Harden. Looking to get back on track here. Basket counts. Harden's got 9 points.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
High post Allen. On the wing, Harris. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving can't hit.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
House dishes to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Now Gordon. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep three-point range. And Irving pulls it down. Irving's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harris, good.
You know, like a lot of shooters, Harris prefers to release off a pass, catch and shoot, not the dribble.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
For 3, kept alive. Rockets trail by 8.
Pick up the pace, get the 2-for-1 here.
That's the way to go. Be quick about it.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Rockets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Shoot 2.
He's off on the first, so both teams making some changes here. And the second free throw, good. There's 18 seconds left here in the second. Westbrook against Dinwiddie. Fires the 3. That one doesn't go. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Nets. They're up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, we saw what Durant can give you. Dead-eye shooting, off the catch, off the dribble, and in the post. And defensively, with the long arms, he seems to be in the right position to make some kind of impact.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Tucker and Capela are up front. And it's Gordon in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's KD. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
On the wing, Harden, guarded by Harris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And, you know, Capela has a big body, Kevin, and knows how to use it as he draws contact from the defense on his way up.
first one falls for him. So he gets them both. And here's Irving. High arcing shot. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets trail by 5. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Westbrook against Chandler. And here's Harden for 3.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Well, I tell you what, you just cannot help but be in awe of the offensive dominance James Harden has had over the last few years. I mean, he's done so much for this team and done it with both his scoring and playmaking.
Lob pass to Capela, and the dunk by Capela.
The 6'10" Capela showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Irving finds KD. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight. And when you look at usage rates, Harden is the offense for this team.
Yeah, you look at Harden's numbers over the last few years, and it has been absolutely ridiculous what he's done. I mean, there's no player who's had a better 3-year stretch in the history of the league. 30-plus points per game seasons the last few years, the near triple-double the year before. I mean, he's a marked man for every opponent, and he's still been able to put up these kinds of numbers. Absolutely amazing.
And he can't get the first one. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season, remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Back to Westbrook. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And that's now 21 points for Russell Westbrook.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
Lobs it up for Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Capela, the pass to Westbrook. Shot left block. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Capela.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Westbrook against Irving. It's Durant on the wing. 4 on the shot clock. Over Gordon. Durant, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And stolen by Jordan. Chandler with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Chandler kicks to Irving. KD against Gordon. Back to Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. KD's got 3 assists tonight.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Now here's Westbrook. 21 points in the game. Jordan with some nice D.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Pass to KD. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even after the Achilles tear for Durant in the 2019 finals, he got a huge contract after he opted out.
Most teams felt they were willing to pay him while he rehabbed for a year. That was the case as the Nets gave him a 4-year max money deal. His next chapter is underway as he changed his number to 7.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And Kevin Durant, every night you can trust that he's going to bring focus, effort, and commitment. That's pretty much all one can ask for.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Joe Harris. No good on the second free throw.
And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
You know, Capela does a nice job maintaining his focus on the offensive end. He doesn't get a ton of touches, but whenever he gets a clean look at the rim, he takes advantage of it.
And he lays in the alley-oop. And the Nets lead by 6.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Jordan finds Irving. The 3, Jordan trying to free himself up. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. And now it's an 8-point Brooklyn lead. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Houston needs to get a shot up. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Harden against Jordan. Irving. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Capela.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Here's Tucker. Good work defensively by KD.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Rebounded by the Nets. Irving's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Passes to Jordan. And it's James Harden with the rebound. Rockets trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Gordon. The pass to Tucker. They get a hand on it. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. James Harden is second. 4th, Russell Westbrook.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
5 on the clock. It's good from the top of the key. Westbrook's got 4 this quarter.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
Here's Kurucs, guarded by Tucker. Harden against LeVert. Back to Durant. A 3 ball. The Rockets pull it in. Capela's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And on the way from Irving for 3.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Drills it from outside.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Westbrook against Irving. Westbrook can't get it to go. Nets leading by 9. Lobs it up for Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Boy, Caris LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
Here's Westbrook, and Jordan sends it back, and he recovers it. Bounce pass from Westbrook. Pass to Capela. The shot missing, and Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Here's Irving, and he banks in the layup. Irving's got 8 here in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
So for the Rockets, Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker, and it's Austin Rivers in for James Harden. And then for Brooklyn, Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Rodion Kurucs, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
And he needs to find other ways to contribute besides shooting. Sometimes you have to learn how to play well when you're not playing well.
Allen outside. Pass to LeVert. Doesn't go for him. And Houston the other way now. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Kicks to Westbrook. They need this. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
Passes it to LeVert. From 10 feet out, and Westbrook pulls it down. Westbrook's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here is House. 8 points for him. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's LeVert, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
You know, guys, with good size and length for his position, LeVert can convert tough baskets.
And you look at Caris LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. Tremendous versatility for Caris LeVert offensively, Clark, and defensively. He can play multiple positions.
Well, I like that about him too, Kevin. 6'7", he's a gifted scorer, can make plays when the ball is in his hands. The Nets have a number of ball handlers, and that's what Coach Kenny Atkinson believes in. Let's get a lot of guys that can make plays and do it for each other and together, and we've got something good.
We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Boy, he's been killing them all night, and the defense looks like it's practically packed it in.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Clint Capela, coming off a terrific season. 2nd in field goal percentage, 5th in rebounding, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become #1 this time around. Here's the teardrop. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Rockets trail by 16. For 3, Westbrook. The rebound by the Nets. Prince has got his 5th rebound in this one. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
For 3, Westbrook connects from three-point range. Westbrook's got 26.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Dinwiddie finds Durant. Good on the 13-footer. 24 points for him.
And Durant has just such a fluid release, very efficient shooting the ball from that mid-range.
There's the pass to Rivers. 7-second difference, shot and game clock.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And you know, that's not the kind of percentage any player wants to see next to his name at the end of the season.
That one is off. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Danuel House. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. He hits the second from the line. Nets leading by 16. KD looking around. With 4 seconds on the clock, that one no good. Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
That's an impossible shot, man, even when you don't have the clock to worry about.
And so it's Brooklyn. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
We just got to have effort all the time. Loose balls we got to have. We can't play little and slow. That doesn't work. We got to go. We got to go.
He's looking for more activity from everyone on the floor.
Kevin, point blank, they've just been getting outworked. Everyone has got to bring more effort down the stretch.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. Allen is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Well, Eric Gordon is the kind of player that you absolutely do not go under on a screen. He'll pull up from deep.
Yeah, he's got great range, and you watch the former Hoosier shoot, and you see how much he uses his legs. Gordon's liable to take a shot from any distance in the gym. I mean, he's got that kind of range, and his form is very efficient, and his confidence is sky high.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Westbrook with the bucket.
And he's on his way to putting up a big three-point total.
Nets leading by 7. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie right side. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Tucker with the ball. The dish to Gordon. Over Chandler. Here's Capela. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by Prince. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Despite the play of the team, I think he's had an outstanding game. He's really done well here.
Brooklyn leading by 6. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And Clint Capela is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Chandler. He feeds it to Prince. Lock at 6.
Like the scrappiness of Gordon on defense there. I mean, a solid defender who stays right with his man.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. For the 3, and again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally, the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
From past the arc. It's rebounded by Houston. Capela's.
You know, he hasn't contributed well scoring the ball, but obviously his teammates have.
It's stolen by Allen. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth.
And while they still have the lead, boy, was that important to keep it from shrinking.
Greg, they might have the lead, but what they don't have is the momentum right now. So that was a big basket for them.
And here's Westbrook from the arc. Allen with the rebound.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
Pass to Harris. And Capela sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capela's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
Another miss by Houston. Nets leading by 5. It's Prince on the wing. Oh, that's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rivers. Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. .11 feet away. The Rockets pull it in.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
Rivers can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout.
Irving's got 21 in the game.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said, look, you guys are playing physical, and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Poked away. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. That's another rebound.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere. Just sensational.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Harris dishes to Allen. The shot, no good. Rockets trail by 3. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And it's all evened up.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Dinwiddie against Harden. Pass to Irving. Puts up a 3. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists now tonight.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
And there's the pass to Gordon. Six on the shot clock. Back to Rivers from deep. Hit the tip, and it's put back up and in by Capela.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Gordon against Harris. Back to Irving. From deep. It doesn't go for him. And Houston the other way now. Gordon outside. Kyrie Irving with the rebound. Irving's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Chandler. And the rejection by Harden. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. Rockets trail. Rivers surveying the D. Gordon against Durant. Outside Gordon. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Brooklyn's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Here's Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 26 points for KD.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high, makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Pass to Gordon. Rivers with it. 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. Great D that time from Irving.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And the aggressiveness of Chandler. When he gets good inside position, he goes up strong to get the call.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
A versatile forward with a really nice, well-rounded all-around game. I mean, Chandler plays with great energy on both ends of the floor.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Rockets trail by 3. Capela, the pass to Tucker. And here's Harden for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. KD against Gordon. From 13. Rebounded by Capela. The Rockets shooting 40% in the fourth. Gordon kicks to Harden. Capela against Harris. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Capela.
Boy, he's a powerful presence with great length. Capela can make things happen inside for sure.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Chandler. Rockets with the rebound. Harden's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now Capela. Pass to Westbrook to take the lead. Brooklyn with the rebound. Chandler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Allen. A shot off that time. Gordon with the defensive effort. At the elbow, Harden. Over Chandler. And good. He nails it. 16 points for James Harden.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Here's Irving, and Irving throws it down.
And guys, once Irving finds that groove, it's really just fun to watch him go to work. Just no fear, will take any shot out there on the floor.
And here's Westbrook from the arc.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And that one's good, Irving.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
And here's Harden. Count the basket, and the foul. Allen. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off. Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
It's Jordan on the wing. Westbrook against Irving. It's stolen by Capela. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. The feed now to Harden. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Yeah, big call there on the goaltend. He just didn't get to it soon enough. Boy, that's a tough break.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Over Gordon. No good from Durant. Houston in the lead. Fires for three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
2 points. That one goes.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Harden. That shot misses. Jordan with some nice D. And here's Chandler from the arc. He can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. Lobbed up there for Westbrook. He doesn't hit that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
It counts. A huge shot to tie it up.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Here's Capela, and it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Chandler, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
You know, hard to guard against the length and athleticism of Chandler. I mean, he's good at drawing these fouls.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a two-point ball game.
Nicely done. Without much separating these teams, that's when you have to make good at the line.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 2. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Here is Durant. they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Takes a 3. No good that time. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin, with Kyrie.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see